welcome back to another Tech Minds video. So you may have noticed I've not uploaded in a couple of weeks, and that's because I've been moving home. Of course, moving home brings its troubles, and even more so when I rely on antennas to be able to make YouTube content. So in this video, I'm just going to show you my antenna install at the new home so far. For VHF, UHF and 23cm, I'll be using a Comet GP95N antenna, which I got from moonmakeronline.com. Now I chose this antenna because I have a TS2000X with the 23cm module installed. Now they do make a longer antenna with a little higher gain in all bands, but I thought I'd give this one a try first. The GP95 has 3 radials which you need to attach before mounting it up on the mast. They're not very long, so it's nice and easy to work with. As in the model name, the GP95N, this version has an N-type connector, which is pretty essential when you're working with the higher frequencies. Now the main mast is a 16-foot aluminium pole bolted to the side of the house. I will also attach a couple of other antennas to this mast before it goes up in the air. Now I'll be using Formula Zero coax, which I also purchased from moonmakeronline.com, as this coax is supposed to be quite good at the high frequencies, and of course the higher in frequency we go, the more lossy coax can be. I was also lucky enough to find a local antenna installer, a great guy called Steve from APT Aerials. Now he's come along today to do most of the hard work for me, as I absolutely hate going up ladders. So at the top of the mast, we have the GP95, and then we have a pulley which will be used for the horizontal part of the end-fed half-wave. And below this, we have an active ADS-B antenna, which I'll show you working later on. So Steve from APT Aerials done a fantastic job yesterday. I think this is a 16-foot mast with some TNKs. If you can see, we've got a first antenna. It's like looks like a patch antenna, but apparently it's omnidirectional. That's for 4G. I'll talk more about that later. The internet's a little bit weird in this rural area. A bit further up the pole, if you can see, there's a active ADS-B antenna. Haven't actually tried that yet. I know it's quite close to the pole, but as long as I receive something, that's all that matters. And then I've got a pulley at the top. That's hopefully going to be okay to do my end-fed half-wave antenna, which is what I'm about to do now. And then on the top is a tri-band antenna. It's a Comet GP95N, which does 270 and 23cm, because I've got it hooked to a TS2000, which has 23 sems. So today's job is to get the HF wire up, which is just a half-wave, end-fed half-wave 49:1 transformer. And the idea is it's going to go from, well, that mast over to the tree on top of the conservatory and then down. So I need to run some coax from here. The coax is already coming out. And then I'm going to go around the back of the conservatory all the way along, and then, well, the idea will be to come out here and then somehow attach the pole. I'm going to use a telescopic pole, might use the spider beam one, and then it's going to poke out the top of the tree. And that'd be like my inverted L end-fed half-wave with the transformer down here somewhere. So yeah, that is today's install. I need to get back on HF so I can start making videos. Okay, right. And I've got the end-fed half-wave wire just laid on the grass at the moment. I've got the transformer from UK Antennas in the utility room, and I'm going to be connecting that up down the end over here. So yes, that's what we're doing today. So I need to reattach this onto here. It shouldn't be too difficult. remember how I've done this before. Oh yeah, no, it's like that. This is just like a little aluminium pole, just so I can push it into the ground, and then it keeps it off the ground. So that's all it's for. Not too sure how high, but I can adjust this when we go back outside. There's 2 U-bolts. And I think I've lost the washer. Yep, that's alright though. It's not overly important. However, I think I will push this towards the top. I'll trust the adjustable. Just going to nip it up at the moment, not going to really do it too tight, just in case I need to drop it down. But so you haven't seen these before. These are this is end-fed half wave at 80 to 10 meters, 49:1 transformer, does 400 watts, so full UK limit. Your coax from your radio goes here, and then you attach your wire here. So 20 meters would actually give you 40 to 10 meters, but I've got 20 meters of wire plus a 110 microhenry coil and another 2 and a bit meters of wire, which will give me 80 meters. So let's take this to the end of the garden and see how we're going to fit it all together. Okay, so the HF wire comes. So the HF wire comes out. It goes over the top of the shed garage, and I wanted it to go was actually down here, but I can't get down there because I'm fat. So temporarily we've got the coax just running down here, and I'll move it to here. It's a 49:1 transformer, spider beam pole going up through the tree. However, I have an issue. So I've got the wire going up, and then obviously I want to do like an inverted L, so it's going to go off towards the mast over there. The wire that goes horizontal is currently caught on a branch up there, so I'm going to wait till my antenna guy comes back next week with some ladders, and I'm going to pull that out, and then it can go horizontally straight to the antenna. So I'll straight to the pulley, the mast. Temporarily, it kind of comes off at an angle, and well, I've got it here. It's just tied off to the fence. It's probably going to be completely detuned, but as you can see, the mast goes up through the tree, so it kind of hides half of it, and then the top of it, well, it should be going horizontal over to the mast over there. But I haven't got any ladders, so I can't get up in the middle of the tree.
to pull the cable out. So I'm going to go and hook this up inside and see what the tune's like. I know it's going to be bad, but I just want to be able to receive something. So if I can receive, that's all. I'm not bothered about transmitting, but I just want to receive. I know it's not going to be the best, because literally this bit here, it kind of almost goes up and then back down the pole to about the middle, and then it comes off down here, so it's terrible. But it's all I can do today. I can't do what I wanted to do, which is really annoying. But yeah, but then it will go across horizontally, and then that should work really well. I'm quite looking forward to getting that up properly, but I just can't get the wire. I mean, if any of you guys know of a better way of doing an inverted L through a tree, then let me know in the comments, because I really could do with some help. Need some ideas of how I can get that wire across, other than putting ladders up in the middle, disconnecting it from the branch that it's snagged on, and then chucking it over the top of the tree, and then I'll pull it straight over to the mast. Right, let's go terminate the coax indoors. And by the way, check out this view. Absolutely gorgeous view. A very nice day, but it's lovely. So yeah, right, let's go terminate indoors. So in here, coming through the wall, we have the Formula 0 coax, which goes up to the tri-band collinear. And then I've got two RG8 minis. One's going up to the ADS-B antenna, which is active, so which is okay to use the RG8. We'll find out shortly. And then the other one is the coax, which goes to the end of the garden, to the kind of half-bodged antenna for now. So what we need to do is I'm going to terminate the two RG8 mini cables, and then I'll plug them into the SDR receiver down there, and then hopefully we'll receive something. So yeah, let me get on with that.
Right, okay, so moment of truth. So first we will try, I think that antenna B will be the ADS-B antenna. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use SDR Uno. I'm going to load up the ADS-B plugin, I think. And then I'm going to click start. Okay, so it's getting something. Let's activate the bias T. Well, okay. Right, so that's, yeah, so B is definitely the ADS-B antenna that's up on the mast. It's a very good antenna, actually. I got it given to me by Youssef from AirSpy. He gave me that antenna. It was quite nice of him. That looks like that's working extremely well, even though it's kind of attached to the side of the pole. Right, let's have a look at the plot. This should be chucking out to a HTML web server. So I'm going to load that up on a browser. And here we go. Wow. Look at that. That's working really well. It's interesting that I don't really have much down here on the east side. I wonder if that's because the pole's in the way. It probably is. However, I think for the testing that I need for the applications and things, I think that's going to be quite adequate. I don't think I need a full 360 coverage, really. I mean, it is getting some over here towards Bristol. So it is getting some east, but it's getting quite a lot in the channel here, which is quite interesting. And over here towards Amsterdam and obviously sort of northwest France. And right up here to Lancaster and Leeds. Maybe in the future I might do like a cross T on the mast so it has a full 360 degree coverage. But for me, for the testing that I need to do every now and again, I think that's going to be okay. So that works pretty good. Right, okay, so let's try the HF antenna that is kind of half installed. It's not very good. So okay, so let's come off of this, turn the bias T off, and we're going to change to antenna A. Unload plugins. Antenna A, let's try 40 meters. Okay, that's kind of understandable because, I mean, it's picking something up. I think it really needs that full wire out properly for 40 meters because it is actually a 40 meter end fed half wave as a resonant antenna. But with it not out properly, it's just not picking up very well. Let's try some of the higher bands. Let's jump up to 20. Oh, well, that's working well.
Tango 1, Echo, Tango, Echo. Yeah, Zulu 35, Whiskey 59. Tango 1, Echo, Tango, Echo.
That's working extremely well.
Thank you, 73, saying 4, United 1 America, United Nations.
Oh, dear, United Nations. That's great.
Name is Luca, 70 Suite in the Netherlands.
I'm not going to bother doing a VSWR plot on the way it's configured now because I'm not going to transmit. And hopefully in a few days' time, early next week, I will have it. Early next week, I have it up how I want it to look in a proper inverted L shape rather than how it is now. But 20 meters. Got a few little peaks of noise coming through from somewhere. I'm sure that's probably going to be somewhere around the house. Probably have to figure that somewhere. Let's try 17 meters. Oh, wow.
And I think you are using the Tango Sierra 950. Is very good.
A French station, maybe?
Very good equipment.
Very strong digital signals here.
Degrees Fahrenheit, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and 25.
Let's try 15 meters.
From Lima,
wow.
Put a carrier up, and it took him right away. In fact, it made your audio come through very nice and clear. So at least I know that part of the radio works. The FDDX10 isn't my favorite radio. I've only had it a month, but we're working with it.
That's working. That's working quite well. Right, let's jump up to 12 meters.
Quebec 2 Alpha. Echo 7 2 Alpha.
I don't know if 10 meters is active today. Oh, yeah, very good.
Four element tri-bander above 7-story building, Gordon, QSL.
10 meters seems very nice today.
Yokohama, Ontario, number 3, Italy, Canada, Washington.
Let's plug the GP95 in and have a look on that.
To avoid.
Well, that's airband, so that's really good. Airband's working extremely well.
Heading 080, climb flight level 120. That's the jet, 946, thank you.
American 155. American 155, copied that thing.
Okay, that's good news. So, airband.
Yankee right heading 150 degrees.
Let's just jump up to the 2 meter ham band, see if we've got anything here. Everyone's probably having their lunchtime food or afternoon nap, so no one's talking really. This is quite interesting. This is the ISM band here, so that's picking up loads of information, loads of data. So it'd be quite cool to get that out, get that decoded. There you go. So this is SATCOMs. This is pirates using the MILSATs. It's quite a good strong signal actually. Here it's right in the middle of our DAB frequencies, our digital audio broadcast. There's like little gaps between it. All this here, these peaks is digital. But this is a transponder, so they're transmitting on one frequency and it's coming down from the satellite on another. Well, on this one. Very good. Well, I'm happy with the installation. I will report back once I've got my antenna connected properly, or once I've got it set up properly. Very good.